Alright, dudes, it's time to take a look at one more video about Ashes of Creation. This one, it's not a recent video, by the way, but it's one that I haven't seen, and it's one that I'm very interested in seeing. Was Narc actually right about Ashes of Creation? I will say Narc was the content creator that I watched the most when it comes to Ashes of Creation, so seeing him just full on, deleting his channel, vanishing from the face of the earth, and just leaving Ashes behind in the dust was a bit of a shocking moment to say the least. But yeah, we're gonna see this one. Was he right all along?
Hey, what up, boys? I've noticed a lingering sentiment since Narc left the Ashes of Creation scene. He made a lot of claims in his last video. Has time proven him right? But before we get into that, grab yourself a dose of Copamax, because I did a short react to Narc's last video around Christmas.
Copamax, dude. We've been Copamaxing so hard around Classic Plus recently that I'm down. Anything copium, I'm down.
Now that some time has passed, I wanted to give his arguments a fair shake. Now, with all that bullocks out of the way, let's begin, shall we? Narc, the British YouTuber who dedicated his livelihood to making content for an MMO in development. During his 4 years of video.
That right there, by the way, is like everything I was going to say when it comes to why the Narc arc had to happen. Where he, I know his frustrations so well. From me making Classic Plus videos for 2 months only, I can just imagine how it is doing that for 4 years. You are, like, his entire channel was Ashes of Creation, so he made it his main and only thing to talk about a game that hasn't even come out yet. It's a theoretical game, plus it's in alpha. So, to me, when it comes to me and the way I approach alphas, is that an alpha version of a game, or a PTR, should never be your main game. Your main game should be a game that is currently out. And PTRs and also alphas or betas, they are there to be tested. You're there to play it for a little while, like give it a day or two, maybe a few hours here and there, try things out. But making that your main game, when you know it's in a testing phase, that is just... It's a recipe for disaster. I've seen it happen way too many times, and with Classic Plus as well. I've seen so many like Classic WoW content creators that has gone from it's happening to it's over. But we are also back, but it's over, but it's back, and now I'm quitting YouTube, and now I'm back again. And now I'm quitting Classic, but here I am, I'm back again. Like, so many creators have gone back and forth now. It's been 3 months, and one dude quit 4 times. And the other dude was like, we are back, but it's over, but we're back again, and it's over again. And now we are apparently back again for the 3rd time in 2 months. Oh, imagine that for like 4 years, man.
Production, he introduced the game to thousands. I used to love seeing the notification that a new Narc video had dropped. His opening line,
"Hey, what up, boys?"
would get me pumped to theory craft on game mechanics in Vera. The overused Valheim background music was a staple behind his B-reel. He made hundreds of videos and no doubt had a huge impact on the Ashes scene. Asmongold reacted to him several times, even furthering the hype. His content influenced me in the way that I make videos. But as the saying goes,
you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Throughout the last year of Narc making videos, his tone changed. He started becoming more negative. He would make recommendations for game direction which were antithetical to Steven's. For example, he wanted a lot of instanced PvE. He also really didn't like caravans. His audience, which was in large part a segment of Asmongold's, seemed to feed on the negativity. This all culminated with his final Ashes video where he delivered the famous line,
"Was not real."
For good or for bad, this is the biggest Ashes meme right now. Over the past few months, I've noticed in the monthly livestream chat and in the comments section of various Ashes related videos that anytime something negative is brought up about the game, people reflexively announce, "Narc was right," or "The desert's not real." I don't
That's so good, by the way. I see the same. Narc was right. The desert is not real.
want to straw man his points, but I don't want to make you sit through the entire video again either. So in order to give his arguments a fair shake, I uploaded the transcript of his last video into ChatGPT and asked it to objectively evaluate Narc's criticism of Ashes of Creation. Here's what it said.
Objective evaluation of Narc's criticism of Ashes of Creation. 1. Claim. Intrepid misrepresents its progress. Narc suggests that the studio falsely presents features, like dynamic gridding, as finished or implemented when they're not. Evaluation. This appears to stem from frustration with the pace and clarity of communication, not from objective evidence of deception. Verdict: criticism of communication style is fair. Allegations of deception are not substantiated.
Okay, gonna pause
Thank you, AI. Thank you.
here for a sec. So if you stop heart surgery halfway through, it's murder. The desert wasn't real back then. Now it is. Freeholds, to the way that they were shown in that live stream, aren't real in game right now, but they will be, just like the desert was. We're gonna come back. We're gonna circle back to some of these points here in just a few.
2. Claim: the alpha test is designed poorly and isn't a real testing environment. He argues the alpha feels more like a soft launch with grindy gameplay and little new content. Evaluation: this reflects a personal expectation mismatch rather than a flaw in test design. Verdict: the experience may feel tedious, but the structure aligns with standard alpha testing norms.
Expectations is the key word there. We're gonna circle back around that on that in a sec. But man, I want to put one of my scripts into ChatGPT and see how it tears me apart. Cause, damn.
3. Claim: the game's development isn't truly open due to heavy moderation and controlled narrative. Narc cites Reddit post locks and claims of dissent being shut down. Evaluation: this is a complex issue that blends community perception with moderation policy. Verdict: community management could be more transparent, but the development remains one of the more publicly visible in the genre.
Okay, true. I think we need a little perspective here. Open development is a spectrum, right? They could have cameras posted all over Intrepid Studios, and they could be showing every step, every monster as it's getting implemented in the game. That's one end of the spectrum, and the other end of the spectrum is, the Lord of the Rings MMO, for example. We know nothing, next to nothing about that going on right now. That's normal development. What we have with Intrepid, where they're answering questions, they're engaging with the community, they're talking on Reddit, the forums, all this stuff, that is relative to the no information we get like from Lord of the Rings MMO. This is open development, so need a little perspective on this.
I will say though, I'm gonna give Intrepid huge props that they are communicating here, because what some developers do, like for example the classic WoW devs, they go dark for 7 months. It's been 7 months now they've gone dark, and they are just developing by themselves and not even accepting feedback. And not accepting feedback, not wanting feedback, and the one time they've communicated was that it was to gaslight their own audience into thinking they are in the wrong for asking for the ability to provide feedback. Meanwhile, Intrepid, they live stream every single week, allowing people to come into their Twitch chat and comment. They can go on their Discord and comment. They have open development. This is 10 times better, and I absolutely love them for it. So no matter how much hate they get, and you can say, but what they say don't matter, actions speak louder than words. I just love that they're communicating, man. I love it.
4. Claim: visual showcases were misleading. The accusation is that certain biome reveals, e.g. the desert, were presented as complete environments but were not. Evaluation: this interpretation overlooks the context of these presentations. Verdict: not misleading in a development context. Misinterpreting WIP material as finished is a viewer-side expectation issue.
Okay, so like I said, expectations. This is a big one that I feel like a lot of people steelman Narc's arguments for. I remember Narc's live streams, some of the old ones that I'd watch, he would frame by frame old Intrepid live streams from 6-7 years ago and pontificate on the smallest little things. He'd pinpoint where stuff was in the Riverlands. You remember that? And there'd be this frenzy of expectations with chat. The live streams are marketing tools for the game. In fact, I mentioned that in one of my first ever videos.
They're using the monthly live stream as a measuring stick to see how far away they think Alpha 2 and the game release are. When they see things that are incomplete, they're upset because they view it as pushing the release farther away.
Narc created false expectations for himself and his viewers by viewing the live stream through the lens of how far along is the game based on the live streams. There is a step between, hey, what we're doing inside and then what we're able to put to production. And we're seeing that very clearly right now. Things are coming online that we have seen. It's taking time though. I mean, it's taking quite a bit of time.
5. Claim: creators using referral links are financially biased. Narc argues that influencers with referral codes are incentivized to mislead audiences to maintain engagement and profit. Evaluation: this is an oversimplified and cynical take on affiliate systems. Verdict. Creators should be assessed on disclosure and honesty, not dismissed outright based on monetization.
I remember the first time I heard him say that, and I was like, isn't this guy trying to make a living off of his YouTube channel? I mean, by the same logic, we shouldn't listen to anything he has to say on anything because he has a Patreon. His channel is a direct way for him to make money, and so whatever he's saying is just going to be it's going to be salacious to try to get you to click on it as much as possible, so he can grow his channel and get more Patreon subs and all that stuff. No, exactly like what ChatGPT said, just because someone is receiving money for something doesn't mean their integrity is in question. Also, it's fine if people do give away their referral code. What are the in-game embers gonna do for you? I mean, it's not like great, you can buy all of the cosmetics you want, all the mount skins. Congrats.
Number 6. Claim. The fun comes only from the players, not the game. Claim. Ashes is repeating the pattern of failed crowd-funded MMOs. He compares Ashes to projects like Chronicles of Illyria and Star Citizen, suggesting it may be over-promising. Evaluation. The comparison doesn't hold under scrutiny. Verdict. The comparison is superficial and ignores key differences in delivery and transparency.
Yeah, okay. The burden of proof, though, is on Intrepid to make sure all this stuff stays true. Apparently, a lot of things are coming for Phase 3. Pulling off dynamic server grading would be huge. You're just a white knight and a Narc hater, Dr. Burns. No, I'm not. Best case scenario, I think Narc makes really good Ashes content. A lot of people that aren't necessarily Ashes viewers watch his stuff, and hopefully they're entranced with Ashes again. Back when Narc was making content, I wanted him to make good videos, but unfortunately, he lost the plot.
Yeah, back to unironically, I'd rather go back to New World. Well, that's funny, right? Because New World is basically what... New World is basically a better version of Ashes.
That's not even the worst of it.
Whoa! New World is basically a better version of Ashes, bro. What the? Number 1, New World got shut down recently. Number 2, New World sucked. Number 3, Amazon was behind it. So like they had massive funding by multi-billionaires. I mean, you know, in this case, like, at least New World was it was out. It had gone through massive development, had lots and lots and lots of funding. Ashes is in development still. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes Narc probably made was playing Ashes too much during development and turning that into his full-time career. And like his videos, like it was his full-time career, making Ashes creation videos. You make videos on a game that isn't out yet. At some point, that's going to burn you out a lot, and you will get frustrated a lot as well, because you will monetarily benefit from a lot of things. Like, number 1, if you speak negatively about this game, then people who feel the same way that you feel, they will egg you on about doing so, and then you will get more views, you will get more feedback, be like, oh dude, that makes so much sense, oh, why isn't the game out yet? And after 10 years of development, that's obviously how a lot of people feel. People just want to play the game, but also we want to play a good quality game. Things just takes time, and turning a game that is still in, well, when he quit, it was still in early development. It was like Alpha 1 or the start of Alpha 2. I guess the start of Alpha 2. But it's not even beta yet, man. It's not even beta. We need to temper our expectations at least a little bit, and give them the benefit of the doubt.
It was 4 years of my life, and I cared a lot about it. Sadly, though, I just feel like it's holding me back. Don't say I'll quit forever. I'm never going back to Ashes of Creation. Not because the game is shit, but because I don't like Stephen Sharif, and I think the guy is a fucking dumb cunt.
The dude destroys
Damn,
his
dude.
credibility with this. In one breath, he says,
I had very little interaction with Stephen J. Sharif.
and in the next breath, he's saying some intense stuff, which definitely sounds like there was something there. The fact that he said stuff like this when he's not in Narc character was pretty telling. Narc's taken down his channel for now. He's a talented guy, and I'd be surprised if that's the last we've heard from him. Hype for Ashes is pretty low.
By the way, apparently, I've heard rumors that he now has a different channel under a different name, but you can still hear his voice. So he's covering some other game now or something else. He's he still has a YouTube, but he's covering something entirely else than Ashes. But I have no idea what that YouTube channel is, so like I really want to find out because I miss watching the guy. Like, Narc was funny.
Right now. A lot of people are jumping on the Doomium train. I think it's because of two things that are really only one thing: slow content release and communication. In terms of new content, sure, there's new terrain to play on, but there aren't new game loops. You can only level a character to 25 so many times before it gets old. Once you get to 25, vertical progression feels a lot harder to gain now than it used to be. Crafting's way more cumbersome. The economy's trashed right now. Grinding in dungeons gets you half the loot it used to before. Feels like the goalposts were moved. In terms of communication, people are saying communication has been bad lately. I want to provide a little pushback. My 15-year wedding anniversary is in 2 months. I've learned there are some things that no matter how you say it, will not be taken well. Anytime there's news of delays with the game's development, people are mad. You gotta ask yourself, would these complaints about communication still exist if we had functioning freeholds, level 4 nodes, new weapons, more dungeons, and dynamic server gridding, which would allow for things like functional node sieges? I suspect a lot of people who are upset on the forums and Discord wouldn't be if there was more game to play. Unfortunately, that's not where we are right now, so people are questioning the validity of the project, which I get. In fact, their server tech not being online is concerning to me. This period of time kind of sucks right now. I tested the game in phase 2 to the point where I felt like I was using all of the systems, and then they wiped everything and said, do it again, but this time it's harder. This is the only phase I haven't gotten to level 25. I think the expectation of grinding without new systems to experience or good repeatable endgame loops feels bad. Just like in sports, I think winning
That right there is one of the critiques that I hear a lot in Ashes, by the way, and I fully agree. It's really, really, really grindy. And I think a good MMO needs to have a certain level of grind, but it shouldn't be 90% grind.
Solves all problems. Intrepid wins by producing content with functioning systems. All the naysayers, the Star Citizen Permanent Alpha crowd are silenced the moment the game goes live. This video is going to get a lot of dislikes. If you could do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, it would mean a lot to me. There is one sentiment of Narcs that I echo. If you find yourself getting burned out with development, experiencing alpha fatigue, take a step back and check back in.
Oh yeah, this video is going to get a lot of dislikes for 2 reasons. Number 1, speaking this way about Narc, so all the Narc fanboys are going to be like, oh, dislike. And also using AI in 2025. Damn, dude, how dare you?
Later when the game's made more progress. For those of you like me who enjoy the roller coaster of game development, stick around. Refill your Copamax subscription. That's my diagnosis. I'll see you at our next appointment. And like I've been saying for years now, literally, be careful with copium. It's highly addictive.
Okay, there we go. That was the video, and it was a really good one as well. I liked it. I wanted to see more about like what happened to Narc. So that's kind of why I wanted to see this video right now, because like I've been watching a lot of Narc videos in the past, and I don't know where it came from, but about 1 week ago, I think we were reacting to an Ashes video here on the stream, right? And I asked myself after the stream, like, bro, what happened to Narc? So I started doing some research and just like trying to find some old videos. The channel is gone, deleted, vanished from the from the earth, and I couldn't find much more than a little bit of a breadcrumb that apparently he's still on YouTube somewhere under a different name, and I'm not sure if he uses his face, but especially the voice, so he's still doing content, apparently. Cannot confirm or deny, by the way. Could you, after the react, explain what type of a game Ashes is, like PvP focused or PvE? I would say it's a PvP focused MMORPG with PvE elements. So there's a lot of, like, what do you want to call it, there's a lot of focus on crafting and trade running or caravan systems, which basically you craft something and you bring it from A to B, but during you bring it from A to B, there's some PvP happening where you have to defend your stuff, or somebody else might steal your stuff. like Albion. Never played Albion, so I can't say. If you played Arcade, it's very much like Arcade. Why got he so mad at AOC? Why he got so mad at Ashes? He basically treated a game that was in alpha as his full-time job. Like, his YouTube channel was basically only based on Ashes of Creation for 4 years. So when you base your job on a game and the game isn't even out yet, that's not really optimal. That's basically what happened. Sounds like Albion. Could be. I only know about Albion from Swole Benji, and I've only seen like 1 or 2 videos, so I have no idea what Albion is about.